Along a different line, but on the same thing, we use, as human beings, we use about 10% of our brains. And how does that fit in with us being in alignment or not being in alignment, being fully expressed as who we are, that sort of thing?
Well, who told you that? In other words, how are they measuring such a thing? Are they serious? They don't know what part of your brain's doing what part of what. In other words, they're just guessing at most of it. And rather than thinking about only utilizing 10% of your brain, you see, we would explain it to you that because as they are attaching vibrational reading equipment to you, that's how they're coming to those conclusions. They're not factoring in the vortex part of you. And unless you are in alignment, if they were to put equipment on Esther when she's receiving Abraham, they would be amazed at the percentage of her brain that is being activated through this high energy frequency transmission. In other words, do you realize what's going on? And if they were to put the equipment on you as you're listening, as you found resonance with it, the same thing would be true of all of you.
Right.
And so what that measurement really is about is alignment or not. And so we're not really out of agreement with what many of them are saying, because most people are walking around not very much tuned into who they are. You know that when you think about the highs that you've had today. In other words, you've had more highs, more high good feeling today than you usually have in a normal day, because you've been focused and you've been resonating with the fullness of who you are. But on a normal day, the really high good feeling, yodeling down the canyon, yahooing feelings that you have are rather infrequent. And the observing and the criticism and the worrying and the frustration, that's a more dominant part of your day. And so it might be 10% in the vortex and 90% not. There may be a very much accurate correlation within that, but we would not assign it to the brain capacity or the brain function. We would assign it to the focus capacity and the focus function. And it is our promise to you that when you take it out of the conversation of thought and put it into the conversation of emotion, it's like sneaking in the back door in all of this. Even though thought comes first and emotion follows, it's always that way. In other words, you focus and the emotion follows. If your intention is to find an emotion that feels good, usually it will lead you to a thought that supports the emotion that you're reaching for. So it's a very helpful thing. That's why some of you have enjoyed this emotional scale that we've talked about. It's a very helpful thing to decide that you want to be happy. If you decide you want to be happy, Esther says, every time that she and Barbara get into the car on the way to the airport, she says to herself, and she doesn't need to say it to Barbara because it's what Barbara lives for all the time, I want to have fun. I want to have fun. Well, when fun is your intention, and once you do it and have it and feel it and find it, then it's easy to keep it going. That's the thing about this vibrational world in which you live. Momentum is about just keeping it going. And keeping it going is about focusing. And keeping it going is about focusing on fun, focusing on fun, focusing on fun, even if I have to remember every fun thing that's ever happened. Or even I have to focus on the last fun thing that happened. Focusing on fun will bring more fun and more things that are in the vibrational range of that which you call fun, like clarity and upliftment and cleverness and flexibility. In other words, there are a lot of vibrations that are in the vicinity of what you mean when you say fun. But lack of focus is fun, odd, fun, don't like that so much. And it's the back and forthness that kills the momentum of something.